Hello, this is your girl Ansara here, and I am going to talk about my journey on GLP-1 medication. I would also like to talk about the pros and cons of it and what you should look out for, and also some of the things that you may need while you're on this journey. So, one thing is first, you have to know what it is that you are taking. So when you are on either semaglutide, which is Wegovy or Ozempic, and tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro or Zepbound, and there are some as well on liraglutide, which is Saxenda, and there is one that's currently in studies, which the nickname for it is Retta. So, one of the mechanisms of action for GLP-1 medication, we already have the GLP-1 hormone in our body. So, it is important for people to know it's not something that you're injecting yourself with that is totally foreign to your body. Your body already naturally produces GLP-1. It's just it excretes out of our body really quickly. And when you are on the GLP-1 medications, it is going to be in your body a lot longer. And what a GLP-1 medication is, it is a peptide. First and foremost, I would like for people to know that I am a nurse. I have to let you guys know that, but this is not medical advice. All right. So, GLP-1 hormone, which stimulates insulin release naturally in your body after you eat. And this sometimes can help raise your blood sugar. So when you're taking a GLP-1 medication, it slows your gastric emptying. And in the process of it slowing your gastric emptying, you feel more full and it will improve your blood sugar. Okay, so like I said, semaglutide is Ozempic and Wegovy. Liraglutide, Victoza or Saxenda, which is the daily one. Ozempic and Wegovy is weekly. And you also have tirzepatide, which is Zepbound, and Mounjaro, that is also weekly. So there are some potential side effects, but the side effects when you are on a GLP-1 medication would be related normally to the stomach and the slowing of the gastric secretions. So some people will experience nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. Be careful when you are on these medications. You are at high risk for dehydration because it makes you feel full often. You also sometimes may not feel like you need to drink as well. So that is very important. And I've learned that myself while on this medication. Please ensure that you hydrate. And there are some risks for hypoglycemia, which if you are diabetic and your doctor prescribed you this medication, please ensure that you are watching your blood sugars as strictly as possible. That is very important. So while you're hydrating and drinking water, I just had to take a break myself to drink some water. You should ensure that you're eating a lot less. So don't eat big, full meals. It's really important to make sure that your meals are small and frequent and try to avoid greasy, fatty, and spicy foods. That is really important on this medication. And always remember to hydrate while you're taking this medication. I see a lot of misinformation for people that are on the compounded version of a GLP-1 medication. A lot of people think they can titrate themselves up and down as they please. I recommend please follow your prescribed dosage and please talk to your prescriber and your doctor before you decide to titrate up or before you decide to titrate down. It is really important to talk to a healthcare professional to ensure that you're doing the right doses. And if you have any questions, please contact your doctor or the prescribing facility where you get it from. There are some people that are getting it from telehealth, but even if you're going through a telehealth company, whether it is Emerge, Amble, Iveem, I'm trying to think of some other ones, Join Fridays, ensure that you're going by your dosage regimen. But if you feel the need that you want to change, please contact the provider that prescribed the medication for you, as well as tell your primary care provider that you are on the medication. That is something that is really important and should not be skipped. So stay hydrated, keep a balanced diet as much as possible. Try to go as lean as possible. But if that's not your forte, just keep the diet that you are on. Just try to ensure that you're not doing too much processed foods. I notice a lot of people talk about the side effect of having sulfur burps and a lot of stomach discomfort, but that comes from the type of food that they eat. If you're eating a like heavy processed diet, sometimes that can cause sulfur burps because you don't know all of the things that are in that processed foods that you are consuming that could cause that to happen. And that is very uncomfortable. I suffered for that in the beginning of my journey, and I've learned my lesson. Another thing that you should look out for while you're on this medication, people think that because you're losing so much weight that you don't have to exercise or you don't have to monitor your nutrition. When you're not monitoring your nutrition, you can fall victim to low iron, low vitamin D, and having low potassium, which these can happen from dehydration and poor nutrition. So when some people get on these medications, they don't want to eat. You feel like you don't want to eat. You're really full. And the side effect of that is going to be poor nutrition, dehydration. And exercising is really important while you're on this medication. You don't have to do anything vigorous, walking often, at least exercising 30 minutes. I would say at least minimum. They tell you 3 times a week. I would say while you're on this medication, if you're only doing it for 30 minutes, to commit yourself to at least 4 to 5 times a week to ensure that you are doing some sort of exercise. It don't have to be vigorous. It don't have to be a big workout, but maybe walking, jogging, getting on a treadmill, getting on the elliptical, just little things like that that you can do while you're at your home. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to get a gym membership. Just easy things that you could do while you're at home. Some people enjoy yoga. That can be very helpful as well. So, a major factor, you should know signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia. So, watch for signs of hypoglycemia. Signs of hypoglycemia, which is low blood sugar, which means you're having a lot of insulin production and it's being monitored so well that your sugars can get low. And if you're not eating enough of a regular diet that you usually consume, this can cause your sugars to get low. So if you're experiencing shakiness, dizziness, confusion, or sweating, please consume a quick sugar source like a juice or a glucose tablet. Something like orange juice is fine, apple juice is fine, something really, really quick where immediately when the sugar gets into your mouth, it'll relieve the symptoms. And be mindful of medication interactions. You should know that GLP-1 medications is not a one size fits all. What may work for one person may not work for you. Since this video is already 8 minutes, I will record another video about my journey itself and my experience. I was on 3 different medications. I started on Saxenda, then I went to Wegovy, and now I am on tirzepatide compounded. So I would like to do a video on that. Please stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys.